How's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. But today is the final episode of Ash's Survival World. I've decided to end this series on a few reasons, which I'll get into in a little bit. But first, we have to take a little bit of a trip back to our first ever village. Anyway, here it is in all its glory. Nope, it's very destroyed. I didn't like the village, and I thought it was an eyesore to the world, so I just destroyed it. And made it look, quote-unquote, pretty, with all the destruction going on. But yeah, this thing I did keep is a starter house for a little bit of nostalgia, and just, to keep it here, because I mean, episode 1, you gotta keep your starter house, you know what I'm saying? And after recording this whole thing, I kind of realized I didn't show you guys any of the the village before I destroyed it, so here you go, this is what it looked like. And yeah, the footage is a little poopy, but that's okay, because it's the best I have to go off of. Unfortunately, you're gonna learn later that I lost half of this village, due to not making a backup. Anyways, quickly, a little information. There's a world download in the description if you would like, and also I am using Flips texture pack, but a bunch of the textures are edited by me. So I might leave a download to the texture pack as well. I mean, there's so much unfinished stuff about it, but hey, I mean, whatever. Right, so back to the world tour. This is a starter house. It's pretty simple. Definitely not my favorite build, but I had to keep it here. I mean, this was built 2 years ago. Almost. Back in October is when I started this world of 2019, so there's a bit of a timeline. But anyways, I also decided to destroy this village not just because it was an eyesore and I didn't like it, but also because half of it was unfortunately deleted. This is due to a bunch of chunk glitches. At some point, I didn't make a back of my world, glitches, bad stuff happened, and just right through here, right in half. Chopped. Just all the chunks gone. And it kind of sucked. I had some cool stuff over here that I was pretty happy with. And if we take a look over this way, yep, you can already start to see some of the chunk errors. They just happen to pop up all over the place. And that is another reason why I'm resetting this world. And starting Ash's Survival World Season 3 at some point. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know when it'll happen. This series might take a bit of a hiatus for the time being, but I'm here to give you guys a pretty in-depth world tour. Back to our village, there's nothing much else to it, though I will say I was very, very proud of this build here, even though it's half destroyed, and honestly, now that I look at it, it's not that good. At this point in building this, I was learning texture pack creation, I was learning how to make YouTube videos, that was always cool. And I was learning how to terraform, and I was having a lot of fun with it. This Little River Ravine project that I built episode 2 actually got me very interested in terraforming and things like that. You'd be surprised. Something so small really, really inspired me to keep doing more. Anyways, that is about it for this little place. There's not much else to it. You'd be surprised, such a small little thing drastically affected what I wanted to do next. Kinda crazy. But yeah, that's about it for this village. I mean, we got a big crack through it. We got a bunch of magma and stuff. And yeah, that's really it. That's really it for this village. So let's continue on to where the path is supposed to be, though I never really finished it. It's just like right here. Ah, the bridges to our other area, which is back there. Now, a little story to go along with these paths. I was really trying to figure out how to make a YouTube video look cool and be interesting. I think that's kind of interesting because I would look back at that video and definitely think it's not the most incredibly fun thing to watch. But then again, I'll probably say that to this video in a year. It's just how these things work. But overall, everything's pretty basic. We got a pretty big bridge right here. And this is a neat build. Yes, there's 1,000,001 things I would change about it, but I'm gonna say that about every build, so I'll just get it out of the way now. And finally, we are approaching the big place. I don't know what else to call it, but there is a castle, there is mountains, there's a medieval city, and it was what we've been working on in the last episode, so that's pretty cool. Walking in, I had big plans for this place. You'd just walk in and you'd see these very nice and colorful flower fields and lots of trees and a castle in the backdrop up there. That was the goal, and I think I did it pretty well for my building skill level back in the day. But yeah, it's definitely an unfinished project, you can tell. I flattened the area out here so I could build a farm, then realized I didn't want to build a farm because it was too small. Didn't really make sense with the mountains around here. And then this thing, I don't know what that thing is. The cave over here I wanted to finish, but then really I just ended up not doing that. And we'll visit the castle up there in a little bit, but first we gotta check out the medieval city. This is a city gate. Really doesn't make any sense at all, but it looks cool. Kinda. So that's an interesting thing. I like it. And bam, the medieval city. Aerial view time. Here you go. This is it. I have learned so much in the creation of this build. So much. I'm just very happy with all the progress that has been made here, especially for me, developing as a builder. That was a big thing, and I don't know, it's alright. It's not a horrible build that I'm just gonna destroy and blow it up with TNT. No, it's not bad. I don't mind it. There's a lot to look at around here. You know, there's some interiors, a lot of roads, and little fun things like this. I wanted this everywhere. I wanted to have little interesting, I don't know, gimmicks around here. Like, look at this, a little well. I just wanted to hide little things like that around here, and I kind of did that. Over here, we got some very old builds. I actually built these when my computer had broken and I couldn't record videos. Oh, that hurt. That really hurt. And then I added that tower later on. Crazy stuff. Anyways, over here, these are my more recent builds. So if you want to kind of get a taste of my building style, here's a good example. Oh yeah, looking good. I really like this one. Over here, we got this massive, massive mansion. And I really was trying to push the limits of diagonal building. And not even diagonal building, but just crazy shaped building. I mean, if you look at this thing, there are shapes everywhere. We got a roof going there, diagonal here. This kind of slopes up in an odd way, as well over there. Oh my goodness, there's another roof over there. 2 towers. I don't even know what that is. And then there's a lovely little walkway going up. Guys, I can say, I really struggled with this build. Like, I did. But I learned a lot about my building process, and maybe you guys did too if you watched that video. There's quite a few little details to look at, so I don't really think I can go over all of it. So let's just move on over this way, which is personally, I think either might be, I'm having trouble wording this, but this might be my favorite build in this world. The Ruined Fortress, here it is, and I think I really love it, because I learned a lot, actually while building this. Because originally I was going to do a small little thing over there, and then it just whoosh, expanded all the way up this way. And I learned how to use shapes and, I don't know, how to add different details to just make a build look better. I don't know how to explain my whole entire building process with this one, but it's fun. It's fun to walk up and, I don't know, look around. A lot of interactivity and connectivity. You can just jump around to different places. Let's see if we can make it up there. You can even jump over here. It's really interesting. You can go over this, if you're good. As I was saying, you can jump up this way, go across the bridge. It's crazy. It's great. And it's just fun. That's what I love about it. Really good experience. I just love building this Ruined Fortress. I might do another one at some point soon. But let's move on over to the mountains. Well, they're mountains. I mean, they're cool. Yeah, I don't know why I started such a big project, but it definitely made me build this castle up here. If I didn't have the mountains, I would have built this ugly, poopy face castle down here. If you don't know, I actually blew up like a bunch of a castle over here because I didn't like it, and then I built it up there. So yeah, the mountains, they don't really look like that much, but it is that much. Unfortunately, if I look at my statistics here and I just go to times used, yeah, look, stone is only at 36,000. Well, that's a big number, but that is That is not all of the stone placed. I've placed so much more. So much more. But my stats were reset, so that sucks. Actually, due to my SSD getting full on space. So yeah, definitely make sure you have a lot of space on Minecraft if you're building something huge. Or maybe just have a lot of storage in general. Yeah, that's probably a good way to go. But the mountains, yes. So much time was put into this, and I don't know. I don't know if it really paid off. That kind of hurts a little. But you know what? I think the one takeaway from this entire world is that I learned a lot. And that is that's worth it. That's worth it to me. And I know it's one of the things you guys have definitely wanted to be looking at, the castle. Something huge, something crazy, massive, and I built this with like no problems at all. Like about the gatehouse, and I loved it. I really didn't have any problems except with the door. I then built all these walls out here, was loving it, great project. Oh, such an interesting experience. And then I got to this inside and I was just so confused on what to do. But getting a nice overview of the castle, you can see it's pretty big. I wanted a big castle that stood out, and I think I did that pretty well. Let's just take it one step at a time. The doors, yep, you can go through the doors, pretty basic stuff. And yeah, it opens up to a bunch of these buildings, which really, they just don't fit the theme of the castle, and I think that's where I went wrong. Over here we got a little church area. Unfortunately, it's empty. A lot of these interiors are empty. I'll show you the ones that aren't. Over here we got like a horse area. I imagined you'd have horses in these little spots here. Oh man, that reminds me. Our horse friend. I forget I think it was unnamed horse. Yeah, kind of fell and died. I might have to find the episode for that. Oh no. That's not good. But yeah, a little horse area. You know, the horses, they sit in here and then they throw out their manure in that area, I guess. That was the kind of idea behind it. Back through here, we got some doors leading into, this is the feast hall area. And this is just the, I don't know, I think this was barracks. I think that was what this was supposed to be. But hopping into the feast hall, we got a nice seat out here with a custom painting. That is. Oh boy. Yeah, no. Not in my best work. And just walking back here through the feast hall, there's really nothing much else to this castle interior, at least, except the throne room, which has a little interesting story to go behind it. This is the throne room, and I dedicated this to Assassination Skeleton. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, okay, well, there's a zombie and a skeleton. Okay. So much for just a nice friendly story to go along to my throne room here. Oh goodness. And we got creeper, skeleton, and triple zombied. Fantastic. But nonetheless, this is the 200 subscriber throne. I built this castle around a time when I had probably more like 100 to 150 subscribers. But I built this, actually, when I started to just take my videos very seriously. I wanted to make my videos the most quality things ever. I always try to bring the best content to you guys. But this throne sort of marks it. It's like a little bit of symbolism. And I actually put these signs up here when I made the 2020 progression. If you don't know what that is, it's a thing I make at the end of the year usually to kind of just showcase what I did in the year. Sort of like a recap, I guess. And then I generally try and make it all cinematic and stuff. So there you go. If you want to check that video out, it's pretty cool. A bit old. A lot of things I would do differently, but I'm going to say that about everything. I just really am. Besides a couple balcony areas, and yep, I need to sleep. That is pretty much it for the castle. Oh wait, nope, there's a couple more things. hold on. Yep, like I said, we got the balconies, and they're pretty cool. Just some very basic stuff, you know, a little bell in case they got intruders. Nice campfire to keep warm for the guards at night. And, yeah, a little forest down here. Put these up when bees were added. Pretty neat. I think they're just there. I really did not experiment with bees at all this season. Over here, yep, this is the garden area. Nice view into the feast hall. Final thing to note about the castle, it is built at build height 256. This is build height, guys. At least for 116. Okay, now we're officially done with the castle. That is it. Planning to do another castle build at some point in the future. Oh, we'll see when. One more thing actually down here in the mountain medieval city area. Whoop. The mines. This is where I get all my stone from. And this is actually a good representation of how much stone I actually mined. Because these chunks were never deleted, so there you go. Check this out. We've got 44 diamond ores. I just keep them here. I wondered if I was ever going to make like a diamond cave. That was a plan, so I wanted to keep some of those ores. Oh my gosh, slime spawn everywhere here. It's so annoying. But now that's officially it for this area. Let's move on to the jungle village. Off this way. Oh, it is coming into render. The mega tree. Ooh, here it is. So, this place. I had big visions for this place. Big inspiration. Just an insane amount of, I don't know, determination to do something crazy here. And this tree was one. Heavily, heavily inspired. This tree by Ori the game, if you ever played that. There's 2 games on it, and I'm falling. They're really good games. I love them. In that game, it's literally like looking at a piece of concept art everywhere you go, and I find that so amazing. And the tree, this was kind of like my inspirational piece from that game. I wanted to build a crazy huge tree, and I still want to do this. But the way I went about it, guys, not the way to do it. Let me just tell you, why would I build a village right next to a huge humongous tree? No, 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 no. You don't do that. I mean, you totally can, but it just does not work here, guys. It just does not. Sorry, I hate to break it. And that kind of demotivated me. The shape of the tree, didn't like it. The village down here, didn't like it. The village being here, didn't like it. And that really kind of demotivated me to work on this. So I've gone through at least 3 times and quote-unquote transformed this area to try and make it better without destroying the whole thing. But unfortunately, I think destroying the whole thing is the only option. This is exactly the mindset I went through with the original first village. And that is one of the reasons why I am resetting this world. Unfortunately, the builds here, they have so much past and memory attached to them that I don't want to destroy them. But then again, I do want to destroy them because I don't like them. And so, yeah, for these reasons, I think that might be why I really am inclined to move on to a new world. I hope this is making any sense at all, but let's move on to the builds. And the vision for this place was to kind of make a Venice inspired kind of place, but being in the jungle. Kind of a weird combo. Then we have like this magical river going through here with yeah. Then over here we got a canal that runs literally right smack dab through the center of this place. Yeah, that's perfect. Just the best spot for it. Don't forget that right next to it is a massive tree and a cliff. And a cave. And a cave that goes inside to a palace. Yes, you heard me right. What is supposed to be a palace deep inside the jungle. Yeah, you guys might be able to figure out why this is such a wacky build. And honestly, why I haven't really had much fun building here. At least as of recent. I had a blast building this thing. Learned a lot, actually, about combining shapes and colors into builds. So I think this was a good learning experience. Yeah, this is a pretty neat build. We got just a couple things, and they're sort of like conjoined with the cave itself. This is all naturally generated, mostly. A bit of terraforming up in this area. But yeah, it's just I mean, there's a little fireplace. Over this way, we got another build, a little, I don't know, dockside area. Kind of cool. And in this area, we've got our storage room. Oh yeah. So yeah, this was inspired by Etho. He built this like ender chest shulker thingy, and I thought it was so cool. I needed that. And then I ended up spending hours on a video I deleted because it was not interesting at all to build this thing. It was hours on end of sorting and just updates. Like, I couldn't even release it to you guys. I edited the whole thing and rendered and uploaded it to YouTube and then didn't hit the publish button. I couldn't do it. I felt weird putting a video out that I did not like. The plan here was to make a pretty like lush kind of cave, but also have modern aspects to it. And I don't know where I was gonna go with it. It's an uneven room, and it's kind of hard to navigate. Like, where do you put all the shulkers? A lot of weird stuff. Let's just move on away from this area, cause we've got the scrapped village. The village where I was super inspired, super motivated to work on it. And then it just died out. Second episode working on it. I had this very inspirational vision of just a village kind of hidden in the leaves here. I even made custom leaves for it that are biome specific. I really went all out here, and it's cool, but I just ran out of the luster. As you can see, there is almost no sky space, and if we take a peek from up here, it's pretty hidden. It's pretty well hidden. So yeah, it's a neat idea. I will give it that, but the follow through is not there. Look, we got a flower store. Oh, great. A huge underlying goal with this village was to incorporate interiors into the exterior, if that makes sense. Like, this interior was going to lead off into all these different areas, and it was going to be interconnected with everything. You could walk up and down trees. It was going to be great. Moving along with the tour, we've got an unfinished area. Yep, kind of trying to make it look like a cave, actually, inside of the interior of this place. Look, this one's got a tree growing over it. Thought that was a cool idea. Over here, we got a completely hidden away build, but there's a whole area in here. Oh, wow. Yep. Across this way, we got like the village blacksmith was the goal. Super kind of interesting, you know. Look, we got leaves growing in here. We got like this hay bale bed, little invisible item frames. I had a fun time building the interiors for this, though it was not easy. Up this ladder, we got my secret little garden, which leads off into this was going to be like an outdoor grill, natural, like, I don't know, like a little magma spot. Very interesting stuff. I was super keen on the small details. As you can see, we got some emeralds. I don't know why I added it there, but there was some sort of symbolism to go behind that. There was a reason. I just can't remember. Now, walking to the other part of the village, where we go through this kind of hollowed out tree trunk. Oh, that was the one thing I knew I was going to add in this village. And then out here. Ooh, I wanted it to open up into this, the canopy would like stop, and you'd see this very, very lovely windmill, or not, I mean water mill, sitting here, and it would just be lovely, lovely fields across here. It would have been great. And then I was super demotivated to continue building in this style, so I kind of just abandoned the project. That is how this went. But it's okay, guys, because I want to revisit something like this in the near future. I want to revisit this very green, covered in jungled, I don't know, garden natural feeling. Yes. I want to revisit it at some point because it was fun. I definitely had a lot of fun when I first did this. Only one more thing to show you guys with the jungle area, and that is the tree has an interior. Yes, it does. Ooh. And let me tell you, once again, this tree interior was inspired. Okay. The tree as I was saying, it was inspired by Ori, once again. I can't get over how much like that game has inspired me for a lot of my builds, to be honest. Very, very cool. I had a whole plan to build like a parkour, kind of going to the top of the tree. Ooh, oh, I should do that. I should do that. One of these days, when I build a big tree, I'm going to build a parkour going up it. Yep, that is going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. And to give you guys an idea of the scale of this tree, I already had the whole thing built out pretty much, at least the roots, and it was cool looking. It is cool looking. If you don't know what this is, Litematica. You can create schematics and then place them in game. Pretty cool. I really wish I went through with this. I mean, look at that root structure. It's such a unique root structure. All I needed to do was make sure the trunk looked good, and this could have been a cool build. This really could have. But that is that. Let's move on to the next area. I suppose this is a pretty good time to show you the Nether Hub. There's basically nothing to show for it. It's just, well, this. And somehow, I've managed to finish this in just a couple days. I was going on a camping trip and I really wanted to schedule a video for you guys while I was gone, so I kind of rushed out this little Nether Hub video, and I kind of regret it because it wasn't a very good video. But hey, I still wanted to bring you guys some ash while I was away camping. We've got a few more places. The end is one. There's nothing really there. First village, we've already been there. The mining desert and coral reef, there's nothing to see there. The Guardian Farm. Let's head there real quick. Oh, here we are, the Guardian Farm. And hold on, let me just sleep real quick. Nope, other direction. Nope, nope. Oh, it's this direction. Ah, the Guardian Farm. It is a massive cube. What? I mean, what'd you expect? I guess some people have built really cool Guardian Farms, but me, I built a massive box. Yeah, the reason I built this is because it was for my castle. That was the only reason I built this, and it took me hours, and I did not really enjoy placing all the sand, but it's done. It provides me lots of cooked fish, like a lot of cooked fish, and also lots of sugar cane because we got a little farm over here, and it has nothing in it. Fantastic. Well, I mean, that's the Guardian Farm. On to the last place we have to stop in this little tour. And here we are, coming right out of the portal to the Nether Update Village, and if it wasn't obvious, well, I made this when the Nether Update was a thing, so I definitely, I tried to build with the Nether blocks a little more. AKA literally making crimson roofs and warped walls. That's about it. Oh, I guess adding basalt into the ground. And yeah, okay, maybe there's a little more. I also made use of the new wall blocks, how they look like half vertical slab kind of thingies. So hey, a pretty neat little village. I mean, I've got some ideas. I wanted to build a forest around here. This, once again, was another place where I kind of wanted to surround the whole village in leaves and trees and just kind of make it hidden away a little bit. And I semi-succeeded at that, but I think I built on too small of a scale with these builds. And that was kind of the downfall of it. I mean, if you look at the build here, it is so close to this other cliffside, and I wanted to have another building here. So it kind of just crammed everything into this small little area when I really shouldn't have done that. And yeah, definitely a downfall of this place. During this build, guys, I was actually a freshman in high school, so there you go. That's a cool fact, I guess I wanted to tell you. I don't know how it relates to this build area, but maybe it sort of symbolizes a bit of development. Sure, we'll go with that. I mean, can we just look at this tree? Can somebody please tell me how this tree makes any sense at all? Floating above a pond, growing beautifully, and with all these green leaves, and there's just, I really like these farms though, how we have these circles for farms, and they kind of layer up in this cool way. I wanted to very big thing about this village. Experiment with verticality. Like this view right here, it's a pretty good view. I like it. You know, you got a waterfall, some farms, a couple trees going over top, a few buildings on the side. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but like I said, it's too crammed. Everything is just too crammed. We even got some more farms over here. me experimenting with terraforming. A very learning experience, I will say, this village was. A very learning experience. And by far my favorite place is easily the minecart ride down. So originally I had this mine because there's a creeper farm down here. And the minecart ride, it's just so fun. There you go. That was fun. That was cool. Anything that really brings in this immersion and it makes you just feel in the game instead of in someone's build. I think that's, if that makes any sense at all, first off, I think that's really cool. Down here's where the creeper farm is. And apparently a creeper. Creeper, you're not supposed to spawn down here. You're supposed to spawn in the area with the cats and stuff. Anyway, pretty cool build. I definitely enjoyed this one. You know, it's a cool mineshaft area. I think there's a lot of cooler stuff I could do with it, but it's alright. You know what? I don't hate it. And another ride up. But yeah, this actually works. Like, you can send minecart hopper or chests up here, and they'll like stop and unload right here. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I guess it's also worth noting that there's a pretty weird stairway going down, but it merges with the mineshaft. Such a interesting concept. And hold on, let me just get rid of these guys. But there you have it. That is this village. Pretty much all of it. There's a lot more I could do. So many more builds I wanted to do. I wanted to expand out this way and build some sort of mill. A bunch of fields out here. That was a plan. Ooh, this is a cool piece of terraforming. I started streaming. And realized I didn't really like it. So if you wonder why I don't ever stream, it's because I don't really like it. Sorry, guys. And I just remembered, guys, there is one more thing I would love to show you. It is back at the jungle base. I completely forgot to show it to you. Okay, here we are, back at the jungle base. And I forgot to show you, like, all the terraforming that is done. This is a big cave that has been terraformed. No, also over here. This is the main thing I wanted to show you. The lovely mushroom cavern, which, but I'm gonna say it again, this was inspired by Ori. I could not get enough of their fantasy mushrooms. They were so cool. All the caves they have in that game, very good. But if we just hop down here, through the stairway, we can make our way to the bottom, which has a nice little bridge. Ooh, as you can see, as you can't see, there's a lot of mushrooms. Oh, I really, really am happy with this. I can vividly remember just how relaxing it was to go in and place all the little blocks, all the ferns, all the pieces of andesite, all the little coral blocks everywhere. It was incredibly relaxing. I don't know why, but it was. Hopping down to the very, very bottom. Not this very bottom, but up here. We got more mushrooms, and I plan to expand down the ravine. This was going to expand to a project I wanted to call the Redroot Caverns, where I would build massive caverns made of, well, a lot of red materials, because they're like the tree roots and the trees. The roots, they're apparently very exotic and are having red dye in them, I guess. That was the story at least, and that was why these roofs over here are red, so I thought it was a cool idea. I just never went through with it, like a lot of these things in this world. Sometimes, guys, I just have too many ideas. Yes, believe it or not, I have so many ideas of things to build that I literally can't choose one. And as soon as I build one, I'm like, oh, I gotta build this other thing. I really just don't want to build here anymore, and yeah, I feel like that was a constant struggle in this world, because I'd say, oh yeah, this is awesome, I'm having so much fun. After I finish the episode, I'm like, but I want to do this thing. Okay, final thing I didn't show you guys. Here's a little area with like some bubbles, and yeah, it's kind of cool. That is it for this video. I hope you guys understand my reasoning for resetting this world and, well, moving on to greater things. It really is a combination of demotivation to build here because of the builds. I just don't like them, and that is the main thing. It's also moving on to greater things in 1.17 and 1.18. I want that new generation because this world is very corrupted. Look at all my stats in here. Just, they're not right. If I go to times mined, no. Way more than that. I also don't really have any goals for this world. Like, yeah, I've done basically about everything. I just have to build stuff now and make farms better. I guess that is Minecraft in general, but I don't know. Something about this world is it's lost. It's lost to me. But then again, I still am kind of attached to this world and don't want to give it up because so many great things have happened throughout the making of this world. So many interesting stories and attachments to real life. So I hope you all enjoyed this little world tour video, and if there's any very dedicated fans out there that have seen this world from, you know, from the beginning or even from somewhere early on, I don't know, then thank you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed as well. This video has been very, very lackluster, but that's okay. I feel like I had to explain in depth for all my fans out there that have really, really watched this series and watched the builds kind of come to life. But I'll seriously just stop rambling, and goodbye. Goodbye to this world, and goodbye to this video. I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye.